Again, good morning. My name is Dr. Deidre Elam, and I am the graduation coach and parent liaison here at Griffin High School. I would like to welcome you to our Let's Talk About It GHS annual Title I parent meeting this morning. During this meeting, we will be sharing information with you about our annual Title I program here at Griffin High School, and we hope that the information that we're going to be sharing will be of value to you and your family. At the very end, please do not log out. I'm going to share feedback forms with you that will allow you to give us your valuable feedback. Please remember that that information is necessary for us to understand how to engage our families in the types of activities that we want to provide for you. Our current school principal is Mr. Herbert Chambers. He joined our school this year. Our assistant principals are as follows. Dr. Douglas Wheeler is our 9th grade Academy assistant principal, and he is on this call with us this morning. Mr. Travis Smith, he's our 10th grade administrator, and he is also here with us this morning. Mr. Chad Pruitt, who's our 11th grade administrator, he's not here with us. Ms. Pamela Davis, she's our 12th grade administrator in our API, and she is also here with us this morning. And again, I am Dr. Deidre Elam. I am your GHS parent liaison. At this time, Mr. Smith will present information about Title I and ESSA.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Elam. I just want to give a brief overview of what Title I is, what ESSA is, and its role in our school system. ESSA, which stands for Every Student Succeeds, is a program that was put in place by President Obama in 2015, and its job was to replace No Child Left Behind. If you guys remember what No Child Left Behind was. And what Title I is it's a program inside of ESSA that is designed to help provide resources in low income and underperforming areas, school districts. And in essence, its job is to kind of help level the playing field with some of those higher performing school systems and schools in the state. Programs within Title I, they must be geared towards and focused on helping improve student achievement. And it promotes a family, a parent, and a student engagement to try to tackle underperforming schools holistically. There are two specific programs that Title I focuses on, and one is two criteria. A school can be a targeted assisted school, or a school can be a school-wide school. And what that means is targeted assisted, meaning that the funds that Title I provides to that particular school are geared towards helping students meet test standards and increase test scores at that particular school. School-wide schools, those funds are used in a much broader range, and those funds can be used for typically anything to help try to improve the holistic culture of the school. And as you can see in the PowerPoint, focuses on three main areas: needs assessment, planning, and then evaluation. All schools within the Griffin Spalding school districts are Title I schools, and all schools fall under the school-wide schools category. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what ESSA and then what Title I represents and its role in helping improve Griffin Spalding school system. Now I turn back over to you, Dr. Elam.
Thank you. The information that Mr. Smith shared, if you need any additional information, I have included a website that you are able to view both for our Godot website, which is the Georgia Department of Education website, as well as our U.S. Department of Education website. So if you need any additional information, you're able to visit either of those links, and there is additional information. We also have additional information in our Parent Resource Center, which includes some brochures and/or handouts for you to view. At the very end, I'm going to ask individuals here to include your email address, and I'm going to email you specific handouts related to this meeting today. Our next slide is additionally about ESSA. And so again, there's an additional website that you're able to view to get information about ESSA as well. And that is on our U.S. Department of Education website. So if you need any of those resources, please make sure that you're visiting the links that have been shared. Currently, in our School Parent Compact, we have shared with you our school improvement goals. We actually have 2 for this year. The first one is to increase the CCRPI content mastery in English language arts, math, science, and social studies by 3 percentage points, as well as increase the percentage of students answering somewhat agree, strongly agree, who believes that teachers treat them with respect on the student health survey by 6 percentage points. And so this information is included in our School Parent Compact, which I will talk about once we get to our parent engagement information. So what is a school parent and community engagement liaison, or as you know, a parent liaison? That person is a certified member of our staff who coordinates parent engagement activities and events, and also manages the Parent Resource Center here in the school. And I am that person. I can be contacted here at Griffin High School by calling the school at 770-229-3752, and my extension is 27121, or I can be reached by email. So if there's any questions or any resources that you need, feel free to contact me at any time, and I'm able to provide those resources for you. Our school Parent Resource Center is located in our counselor's office, which is room 1016. It is open during school hours. So if you need anything, please make sure that you contact me. You don't necessarily have to come in. I am able to mail any resources that you need. Also, resources will be included online under the Parents tab. So if there's anything that you need that's not there, please reach out to me and I will share those resources with you. Also, please be reminded that all resources in our school's Parent Resource Center, they're free, as well as in our district Parent Resource Center. The district's Parent Resource Center is located at centralized registration. It is located in room B112, and this is located at 234 East Taylor Street. The person to contact is Melinda Owens, and she is the District Family and Community Engagement Specialist. She can be contacted at Central Office at 770-229-3710, extension 10363, or via email. And the hours of operation for the district's Parent Resource Center is 7:30 a.m. To 4:30 p.m., but it's by appointment. So if you need anything, please make sure that you're reaching out to her. And as I said previously, all resources are free, and 9 times out of 10, those resources can be mailed to you, so you don't necessarily have to go in to the Parent Resource Center if you are not able to do so. Also, in both Parent Resource Centers, not only do we have handouts, we have brochures, and we also have access to books as well. So there are different resources that we're able to check out. Those resources are checked out for a time period. You will sign those out and then check them back in. Our School Parent Compact that I spoke about earlier when I was talking about the goals for our school is a jointly developed document. It outlines how the parent and the entire school staff, as well as our students, are going to share the responsibility to improve student achievement. And that means that we're going to be building and developing a partnership with our families to help our students achieve the state's high standards. This compact is revised with parent input every year. We usually have our stakeholder meetings and we ask for feedback from our parents, from our guardians, so that we can make sure that our school is doing all that we can to engage our families. Also, it is important that these documents are signed at the very beginning of the school year. So we're sending out our school parent compact along with our cover letters to our families, and we have to have a signed document from every family for each student here at Griffin High School to ensure that everyone has received this information. We also have our school parent and family engagement policy. The policy also is jointly developed. We also include this information and feedback when we have our stakeholders meeting. The purpose is to establish an equal partnership for the common goal of improving student achievement. And so the policy is going to describe the expectations for parent and family engagement, the ways that Griffin High School is going to implement them, and is also going to talk about how we're going to support specific family engagement activities. And this is why we're asking you for consistent feedback from our families to ensure that we are doing all that we need to do to meet your diverse needs. Just to give you some information on our 2021 spring survey, the purpose of this survey is to give you information after we have went through our school year of providing different parent engagement activities. And so this is an opportunity for us to reflect on those activities that we've provided. And so last year, GHS had about 161 responses in grades 9th, 10th, and 11th, and 12th. We had 43% of our 9th grade families to provide information, 25% of our 10th grade, 27% of our 11th grade, and 20% of our 12th grade to provide feedback. 85% of those respondents felt and believed that their child was prepared to transition to the next grade level. 70% of the families felt that their child school provided them with an opportunity to share feedback, ideas, and participate in the decision-making of their child's education. And then it also afforded parents and guardians the opportunity to talk about their preferred form of communication. And so of them, number one was email. We also provide our automated phone calls, which is Parent Link. And so 76% of our families thought that that was a really effective form of communication, as well as text messages and so on with the personal phone calls and the parent meetings. They provided feedback to us about 3 staff training topics. Number one, building ties between parents and the school. 53% felt that that would be an important topic. Encouraging and supporting parents in a format and to the extent practical in a language that parents can understand. 53% felt as though that would be an important topic, as well as for number 3, reach out to, communicate with, and work with parents as equal partners. 49% of our respondents thought that that would be an important topic for staff training. The needs of our families includes, number 1, events on convenient days and times, events relevant to the families and their child or children, events in a language that they can understand, and events at convenient locations. And then for our parent engagement funds and how they should be spent, number 1 was technology, hotspots, Chromebooks, and laptops. 58% said that. Programs that reach parents and family members at home, in the community, and at school. And then helping school partner with community-based or other organizations or employers that support family engagement. And so I just want to share this information with you so that you would know how the information was received and the programs and activities that we are planning based upon the survey results. Some programs and events that are ongoing here at Griffin High School. that provide our families with access to our teachers and staff includes open house, our student showcase night, which is coming up on September the 28th at 6 o'clock. It will also be a virtual event, parent workshops, parent teacher conferences, which will also be coming up, our parent resource tables at these different events. But although the events they will be virtual, we will still have resources that we are able to share. And again, please remember that those resources are free. Our fall and spring parent questionnaires and surveys, our school website and our social media pages, as well as our school and community events, and then the probe fair. At this time, Ms. Davis will now share information with you about curriculum and assessment, along with Ms. Conger, who will share additional information about our ESOL program here at Griffin High School.
Good morning, everyone. A couple of things I will talk about will be the assessments, and we'll start off talking about the Georgia Standards of Excellence. The Georgia Standards of Excellence provide a consistent framework to prepare students for success in college or the 21st century workspace. Those are the standards that we use to prepare our kids for college and careers beyond the high school level. With that, utilizing those standards, there are some assessments that we utilize to see if we're on track in delivering those standards so that students are successful. The first one I will talk about is GMAS. That's a Georgia Milestone Assessment System, which most of the time you hear about we usually call it end of course. The end of course is a state standardized assessment. The Georgia Milestone Assessment is designed to provide information about how well students are mastering the state adopted content standards in the core content areas of English, arts, mathematics, science, and social studies. The end of course measures are administered at the completion of the course. Regardless of the grade level, it is used as the final exam for that course. This year, it will count 20%, because for the last year and a half, we have been dealing with COVID. And last year, the percentage for the final exam was 0.01%. But this year, it will go back to 20%. Of course, with end of course assessments, in high school, in the state of Georgia, you had 8 assessments. They have downsized that to 4 assessments. Those 4 end of course assessments that will be assessed throughout students' careers in high school will be American Literature and Composition, Algebra 1, Biology, and U.S. History. Now, when the students take this exam, they have 4 achievement levels on the Georgia milestones. The 4 levels are beginning learners. Beginning learners meaning that they do not demonstrate proficiency at all. And the grade conversion score for that would be between 0 and 67. Developing learners demonstrate partial proficiency. And the grade conversion score would be 68 to 79. We want our students to be proficient and distinguished. So for a proficient learner, that means they demonstrate proficiency, meaning that the Georgia standards were taught during that semester or that entire year. They mastered the majority of those standards. And so the grade conversion score would be 80 to 91. That would be the grade score that they would receive to be in that proficient level. Distinguished learners, meaning that they demonstrated advanced proficiency, meaning they just mastered majority of the standards that were taught throughout that semester or the year. And the grade conversion would be between 92 and 100. Programs that we have in place to help students. One other assessment would be the PSAT. And the PSAT stands for Preliminary SAT, which is a National Merit Scholarship qualifying test. And this PSAT is a great primer for the SAT and even the ACT. The scores are used to identify national merit scholars and award merit scholarships. We also have another assessment or program, which is AP, which is Advanced Placement. It is a program that is used in the United States, created by the College Board, which offers college level curricula and examinations to high school students, meaning that students who are in high school can elect to take an AP Advanced Placement course during the high school years. At the end of that assessment, at the end of that course, they take an assessment to determine whether or not they will be able to get credit for that course, college credit. And you have to have a 3 or higher in order to receive credit for college for that course that you're taking at the high school level. Example, we offer, we have AP US History, AP World History, AP English. So the kids are able to identify what courses they want to take. Also, there are some other courses and assessments that we use to support our students throughout their high school. And I'll talk about some of those. Our MTSS, which is our multi-support system, it is designed to help students identify struggling students and intervene quickly. It focuses on the whole child. That means it supports academic growth, but many other areas as well. And those areas include behavior, social and emotional needs, and attendance. So we utilize this throughout their high school, throughout the entire educational career to support students. Also, we have in place our PBIS, which is our positive behavior intervention and supports. The core principle of that is used to improve safety and promote positive behavior. The focus of PBIS is prevention, not punishment for our students. We also have supports in place to help students with instructional focus. Each school has an instructional focus time, and our time for instructional focus is 45 minutes during the instructional day. And it's used to support students with remediation or enrichment needs that is correlated to their personal needs throughout their high school years. Also, we have MAP. MAP is a measurement of academic progress. MAP assessments are used to measure a student's growth in mathematics and reading. It is used to chart a student's academic growth from year to year. The RIT is not a measure of master or grade. Rather, it provides information about what a student is ready to learn. And with MAP, we administer, it is considered and called, you will hear, MAP is called like a universal screener. We administer MAP for 9th and 10th graders when they come to the high school to identify kids' deficits so that we can provide that support that they need. MAP is given 3 times out of the year to support our students. Also, CCRPI. That's the CCRPI is the College and Career Ready Performance Index. It is a tool for annual measuring how well its schools, districts, and states are helping students achieve their goals. It provides a comprehensive roadmap to help educators, parents, and the community members to promote and improve college and career readiness for all students. With the CCRPI, we are always given a score. In 2018, the 2018 school year, our CCRPI was at 66.2. This for the 2019, 2020, and 2021, 2022, we have not received that because of COVID. Because of COVID. Thank you, Dr. Elam.
Thank you. And at this time, we will give Ms. Conger an opportunity to provide us with information about WIDA, as well as she will provide information about attaining English proficiency.
Good morning, I'm Margaret Conger and I'm the ESOL teacher here at Griffin High School. So I work with our English language learner students. We use the WIDA, which stands for World Class Instructional Design and Assessment Framework and Platform in our ESOL program. The WIDA framework consists of English language development standards that we use to guide our ESOL instruction. The 5 WIDA standards cover the 4 content areas: ELA, math, science, and social studies, as well as social and instructional language. We also use the WIDA platform for our assessment that we administer annually to our ESOL students. The assessment our ESOL students take is the Access Test. This test measures their English language proficiency in the 4 language domains, which are reading, listening, speaking, and writing. All students who are identified as English language learners participate in this assessment annually. It is administered in the spring. In our district and state of Georgia, we use the exit score of 4.3. So that is the score needed to exit the ESOL program. At that point, a student is deemed proficient in their English language skills. Once a student exits the English language learner program, they are monitored for 4 years after they exit so that we can continue to monitor their progress and performance in their classes to make sure any additional support is not needed. And that's pretty much all I have about WIDA, unless anyone has any questions.
If you have any questions, if you would, please put those questions in the chat and we will answer those questions at the very end. Unless there's someone who has a question that needs to be asked right now. But if you will put any questions that you have in the chat, we will answer those questions at the very end.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we will allow Dr. Wheeler to share information with you about our complaint policy and procedure, as well as the GHS communication plan.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Douglas Wheeler, and at this time I will share with you our board policy in reference to grievances and complaints. It is the policy of the Griffin-Spalding County Board of Education that grievances and complaints relating to school matters are to be recognized and addressed in an orderly manner. Grievances and complaints shall be addressed from parents, students, staff, private schools, and other concerned organizations or individuals in the general public. Grievances and complaints shall be handled and resolved whenever possible, as close to their origin as possible. For the purposes of this policy, a grievance is defined as any claim by a member of the public that the action or operation of the school district or the Board of Education is in violation of the law or board policy. Any claim that does not meet the definition of grievances will be considered a complaint, and it will be handled through routine administrative procedures. Additional Griffin-Spalding County Board policies that address grievances or complaints
Ms. Edwards, will you unmute your microphone, please, ma'am?
complaints. We have a documentation of a complaint, which entails the Griffin-Spalding County School System complaint form is used to address complaints from parents, students, staff, private school, and the general public. A complaint form are located at the Student Service Office. Forms may be completed in the offices or taken home for completion. The next step will be processing of the complaint. A tracking number is assigned to the completed form and a copy then made for the county's records. A complaint information is entered into a log sheet for follow-up tracking. Then the complaint form, along with the form, is directed to a student service director. Student services directors at that time attempt to resolve the issue with the complaint. Concerns and suggestions are noted on the form by the student service director. Forwarding of complaints. Student service director may choose to forward the form to the principal or other administrators for resolution. Student service director notes on the original form any questions to be addressed by the recipient. When a complaint form is forwarded, a follow-up form is then attached along with the suspended date. And the resolution of the complaint. If student service director is able to resolve the issue, then it's closed and is written on the form. Resolution date recorded on a log sheet, and the form is filed at the county office. The recipient of the forwarded form must resolve the issue by a suspended date and then return the complaint form and a follow-up form to the student service director, listing all actions taken to resolve the issue. The resolution date is then recorded on a log sheet and the form is filed at the county office. Now I will explain the Griffin High School communication plan. Griffin High School is committed to a frequent two-way communication with families about children's learning. Some of the ways you can expect us to reach you are through open house, student showcase night, parent-teachers conferences to discuss your child's progress and review the progress of the school parent compact, progress reports and report cards, updates on the school website, opportunities to volunteer and participate in your child's class and observe classroom activities, Infinite Campus Parent Portal, monthly newsletters, school marquee, our weekly bear brief, and our automated phone calls and emails. Now, our communication timeline is a 24 to 48-hour turnaround. And on weekends, we try to allow the teachers time to respond on that Monday. And that completes the Griffin High School communication plan and timeline at this time.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need to see any of the documents referenced in our complaint policy and procedures, there is a link to that information. I'm going to be posting this PowerPoint presentation, which is included in the recorded activity for today's event, on our school website. And so if you need to see the actual policy document, you'll be able to click on the link and go directly to the policy on the district's website. And so I want to make sure that I am sharing this information because we want to be transparent so that you're able to see the actual documents yourself. These are not created at Griffin High School, but created by the district. And so we want to make sure that we're sharing with you the actual document so that you're able to see it. Actually, on the document, you're able to see when it was originally adopted, when it was reviewed, and the different review dates for the documents, and its status of being adopted. So we want to make sure that we're complete with you on that. As well as we're asking that you visit our school website, and please make sure that you are noting the resources for parent engagement that are on the Parents tab on our website. If you have any questions about any of those documents when you are reviewing them, which includes our school parent compact, our district's parent and family engagement policy, our school's parent and family engagement policy, the district's policies are in English and Spanish. The school's policy is only in English, but it can be translated if necessary for you. So if there are any documents that you're needing translation for, please just reach out to me. We have a way of having documents translated for you and provided to you as well as the different resources that are in the Parent Resource Center. Those documents can be translated as well. At this time, we want to open up the floor for any questions that you may have or any comments that you may have. And while you're sharing or asking your questions, I'm going to also be providing a feedback document in the chat in just a moment. So go ahead, if you have any questions, you're able to turn on your microphone and ask those questions at this time. We would like to also invite you to participate with us when we're having our school council meetings. Those meetings, we have 4 council meetings annually. We've already had our first meeting, which was on August the 31st. We want to encourage you to participate with us when we're having those meetings, because you're able to speak directly to us in a smaller setting, and we can talk about the different things that are going on in our school that are important to our families, that are important to our students. And so we want to make sure that we are sharing that information with you. We're also asking you to complete our fall parent survey if you've not done so. I'm going to share the link for that as well, but I've just included the link for the feedback form from today's meeting. If you would click on that link and complete the feedback form before you're leaving the meeting today. And this is everybody, can be, it's anonymous, so you're not being asked to provide your name or anything. We're just asking you for feedback. And this feedback is going to provide us information of how we can improve, additional information that we're able to provide to you. So we're asking that we're asking you to join. So give me just a second. I saw that they're saying I need to change the parameters for it. If you give me 1 second, I'll make it so that everybody's able to get to it. All right, you should be able to click on it now. Again, I'm going to put it in the chat one more time. You should be able to click on it. I made it so that everybody can click on the link. Thank you, Mr. Whitmore. Thank you, Mr. Pitts. Mr. Pitts, who has joined us as well, he is our council president. So thank you again for being a part of our meeting this morning. Thank you, Mr. Whitmore, who's often here with us when we're having our other parent workshops and meetings. So we appreciate you for being here. Ms. Sweet, thank you so much for being here. Our teachers, our parents, Ms. Ray, thank you, Ms. Conger, for being here. Ms. Davis, thank you for our administrators, Dr. Wheeler, Mr. Smith, thank you for being here. Ms. Davis, Ms. Cole, thank you for being here. Ms. Wright, thank you so much for being here. If I've missed your name, please charge it to my head and not my heart, but we appreciate you being a part of this meeting with us. It is important that we're sharing the good works of Griffin High School and telling our own story. It's better when it's coming from us so that you will know the work that we're doing. And when we're receiving your feedback, then we're able to do even more and greater work. So once you're finished with your feedback form, if you do not have any questions, if you have already completed your survey, please make sure that you're completing that survey and giving us feedback as well. If you need me to share that link with you, please let me know. Also, please, before you log out, please put your email address in the chat for me so that I'm able to share the documents with you from today's meeting. There's some additional documents that I want to share with each individual family so that you will have them. So again, please put your information in the chat for me, and I will share the information with you. I'm also going to stop the recording, but we're still going to stay on for just a few minutes. I'm still waiting on a few more people to share their email addresses in the chat.